Guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for showing up today. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jane. Guys, I'll be talking about what I did or the steps that I did to help me land my job in tech here in the UK. Okay, before I go into that, please give this video a thumbs up to support the channel. Just click on the like button right now. Share this video with your friends and loved ones who are looking to get a job, especially if it's in tech in the UK. And don't forget to join this family by subscribing. You'll find a lot of useful content on the channel and gist, okay, and I'm about gist that will excite you. Okay, so guys, before I talk about the things that I did, I'm not going to say that all the other advice that you get are wrong, right? There are so many things that you get which are things that I intend to do to land my 100,000 job that I'm looking for. So I'm looking for a job of 100,000 pounds annually. Yes, right. So I'm going to have to do maybe some of these things that people advise us to do. So you hear stuff like, oh, if you want to get a job in tech, you have to have a portfolio online to showcase the skills and the jobs that you have done. They'll tell you to attend maybe seminars or events. You hear stuff like, make sure that your LinkedIn is on point, and stuff like that. Very good advice. But I think that the basic things that I did when I got my job, you guys already know. I spoke about this in the this is a bit standard. I spoke about this in the last video that I did, how I got a job and what I work as. If you did not watch that video, you can go back to watch it. But right now I work as a DevOps engineer in my company, and how I landed that job is I actually did my placement there for 1 year, and then I went back to school, finished up with my dissertation, and then returned as a full-time worker, full-time employee. Okay, so what are the things that I did to even get me in during my placement? First is that I applied. So this is step number one. Make sure you're applying. I know it gets frustrating when you're getting a lot of negative feedback or a lot of negative responses. We're sorry. Some people tend to give up, but you cannot give up, because if you don't apply, then they don't even get to see you. Okay, you stopping the application for yourself, or the application process, or stopping to apply, or not applying at all, means that you're closing the door in your own face by yourself. Okay, so you have to be persistent. If it's affecting your mental state, take a break, right? A few days, a few weeks if need be, but you need to get back to the grind, because you have to keep applying. Okay, so applying is very important. Stay persistent, guys. You need to put in those applications. Now, when I say applying, I don't just mean put one CV on Indeed or put it on Total, and then once you get the notification, you just send that out to all the notifications you get. This is going to take us to our point number two. The second thing that I did is that I tried to tailor my CV to the job roles that I was applying for. Okay, this one is very important. Sometimes you'll be too tired to do this, and to be honest, it's not every time that I did this. There's sometimes I just like, I beg, I can't come and kill myself and just send out the application like that. But there's sometimes that you just get you just see a role, you go through the, what's it called, you go through the duties or the requirements, and you're like, oh, okay, let me just touch up my CV here, and yeah. So that's something you need to be doing. It is tiring having to do this for all the applications, especially if you're going to be doing multiple applications, and you have to do multiple applications. Okay, so it gets very exhausting, but this is something that I had to do, and I advise that, except you have one job waiting for you somewhere, that you wear your application boots, okay, and get ready for this exercise, because it will help you when you do this for your CV. Okay, now number three of what I did was that I applied to not just the job roles that I knew about. So sometimes I'm just like, I see a job role, I'm like, okay, waiting these ones they do, say, what do they do? Let me even see if it's something that I can do. Okay, so it's not every time you go for the job roles that you know. There's so many, guys. I cannot even begin to explain to you the number of job roles, some weird names even, that are in this industry. Okay, so you have to sometimes go through what these people do to understand if you can do it or not. Okay, sometimes maybe something that you've done, something similar to what you've done, or something you think you can do. Sometimes you may have to go to YouTube to watch a couple of videos to have an understanding, and then other times you have to do like a proper training to understand what this entails, right? But yeah, like I said, that is one of the things that I had to do. I applied for job roles that are not just what I was looking for. So I studied data analytics in school, big data analytics to be precise. But what I was applying for was not just data analysts. I applied to all sorts. I applied to, in fact, the reason that I stayed away from software development roles was because that was serious coding, and I still do not trust my coding skills, so I don't go for hardcore software development roles. But if it's just some coding and some other thing, trust me, I'm applying to that role. So that's what you have to look out for. Don't just apply to these roles that you know about. Apply to other roles that you may not have heard about, but when you go through what they do, these are something you can do, or these are some of the things that you can currently do, or some of the things that you feel like, oh, given a short period of time, this is something I can grasp. Okay. Now, another thing that I need to mention, which is something that I did, is when you're doing multiple applications, you can get confused. And some of these job roles, once they close, they are off the internet, you will not have access to them. And it gets confusing when you've done multiple applications and then someone gets back to you and notifies you that there'll be an interview, and if you don't even remember the name of the company where you applied to, or the job role, or what they do. So what I do, I still do it till now. Once I apply to a role, I will save the CV that I used with the name, right? So that in the future, just in case they get back to me, I just know which CV I submitted, and then I will copy the job posting, right, where it states, well, we're looking for so who has so, I'll be doing so. The job posting, I copy out the requirements that they posted and the duties, and just paste it on the CV, like further down. You can do it as a different document and maybe then save both of them as a folder or in a folder. But what I usually do is I just copy that and put behind or underneath the CV that I submitted. Now, let me not get you guys confused before you mistakenly go and submit that with the CV you're submitting. First of all, I submit the CV, right? Then I copy that posting and put underneath it and save it with the name of the company for myself. This is just to make it easy for me. If they get back to me and want an interview, I will just go through what they posted that they need, go through what I said in my CV that I can do, and prepare for the interview. Okay, now this takes us to the next step, which is preparing yourself for the interview. Now, you may not remember what you said you can do if you're using one CV to apply for different places and you're not saving it up, especially if you're doing plenty applications. Okay, so you have to be sure of what you said you can do in the CV. This becomes, if it's an email submission, you can always go back to your email to search. But if it was like on their platform that you submitted it might be easy, it might not be easy for you to get what you submitted back, okay, and go through it, right? But this will help you in preparation for your interview. You go through the things you said you can do, you go through the things that they said they need, and then you prepare so that you're telling them, oh, even if I can't do this for you, this is something that I did that is similar, right? So I have these skills, I have these transferable skills that I can use to help your company. Okay, so basically prepare for your interview is the next point that I'm talking about. Okay, guys, I don't even know how many I've talked about. I think this is 4, but the last one that I just have to mention is how you have to stay persistent. You have to consistently do this until you get something you're looking for. Now, even if it's not the dream job, we're still looking for that dream job, but you get something that you can start with. That is success. Kudos to you. Okay, yes, so just put in the effort, try your best. You can do this. People are doing this. If I can do it, if I can get a job in tech here, trust me, anybody can. I'm not serious like that, but at the work. Okay, so yes, that's just what I wanted to say in this video. Do not forget that the other things are also important. If you have the opportunity to attend events, it's okay to, not okay, it's very good to have your LinkedIn profile on point. But like I said, these other things that I mentioned are things that I did at the time, and that was what helped me get a job. Right now I'm doing more things, like having to get arrange projects so that I can build a portfolio. I'm having to network and all that, because of course I want to get a better job in the tech industry that I've found myself. Yes, I'm in, but I also want to get something better, so I'm putting in all that effort. If you can, by all means do the same. But like I said, I just mentioned the things that I did, and I think that it will be helpful to someone who is also just coming in, or someone who is just trying to get that start, that boost. Okay, I hope that this is helpful to you guys. If it was, please share this video to your friends and loved ones. It will help the channel a lot. Please give this video a thumbs up to support the channel. Now beg now, please don't forget to do this and join the family by subscribing. Click on the subscribe button on your screen now. I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, bye guys.